Hello everyone, I am Amlu Anil Kumar. I am an assistant professor in the Department of English at Bishop's Beachley College for Advanced Studies. In today's session, we'll be having a look at question tags. So I have divided this class into three parts. The first part, we'll be looking at what question tags are, or we'll be trying to define a question tag. The second part, we'll try to see why do we use question tags in English language. And in the third part, we'll be looking at how to use a question tag. So we'll move on to the first section. That is, what is a question tag? A question tag basically is a statement that is followed by a short question. I'll give you a small example. So this is an example of a question tag. He is a clever boy, isn't he? So here we can see that first we have made a statement and then a question. So a question tag basically is a statement that is followed by a short question. So this question would come as a tail to the statement that we are making. Okay, so whenever we think about question tags, you need to keep in mind just one thing. It is a statement followed by a short question. We are moving on to the next part. That is, why do we use question tags in English language? So in this example, we can see that he is a clever boy. That is a statement that I have made. And I'm not sure whether my statement is right or wrong. So when we use a question tags, we are basically making assumptions, or we are making a guess. We are not sure whether what we are saying is right or wrong. And in that case, we add this short question. Why do we add this question? Why? Because we need confirmation from our listener. We want our listener to say whether what we are saying is right or wrong. Okay, so we use a question tag basically to get confirmation from our listener on whether what we are saying is right or wrong. So when I add a question like this to my statement, the person to whom I am talking will reply either yes or no. And if he or she replies yes, that means that my statement is correct. And if she replies no, then it means that my statement is not correct. So whenever we are making assumptions, whenever we are making a guess, we can make use of question tags. Okay, and in that case, we'll get the confirmation from our listener on what we are saying is right or wrong. So that is basically the use of question tags in English language. Now we can have a look at how to use a question tag. So in that case, we need to think about the two types of question tags. That is, positive question tag and negative question tag. Now, when we are trying to frame a question tag, we need to first look at the auxiliary verb of that statement. I think you might be aware of auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are basically helping verbs that gives a grammatical sense to the statement. So in this case, is our auxiliary verb. Is, am, are, has, have, do, does, all these are auxiliary verbs. Okay, so in this case, our auxiliary verb is. So first we need to select the auxiliary verb, and then we need to find out the subject of our statement. So here the subject of the statement is he. Okay, so first select the auxiliary verb and then the subject. Now, if it is a positive statement, in this case, he is a clever boy, is a positive statement. And with a positive statement, we add a negative question tag. So with is, we add not. Isn't is the short form of is not, and then we add the subject. So after the statement, write a comma, then write the auxiliary verb of the statement, and then determine whether the statement is positive or negative. So here the statement is positive, so we have added a negative question tag. Here I have written the example of a positive question tag. He isn't a clever boy. He is not a clever boy. This is a negative statement. And in this case, I have selected the auxiliary verb is and also added the subject he. Okay, so since this is a negative statement, I have given a positive question tag to it. Okay, so with a positive statement, we give a negative question tag, and with a negative statement, we give positive question tags. And also, you need to keep in mind the two rules that we need to understand while making a question tag. First is that the subject of the statement and the subject of the question tag should be the same. Here the subject is he, and therefore the subject of the question tag is also he. Okay, And the next rule is the tense of the statement should be same as the tense of the question tag. An example is he asked for it, didn't he? Why did we use did here instead of does? Why? Because the main verb in the statement is asked, that comes in past tense, and that is why we have made use of did here instead of does. Okay, so just look for the main verb. If it is in present tense, then the tense of the question tag should also be in present tense, and if the main verb is in past tense, then the tense of the question tag should also be in past tense. So keep in mind these two rules. The first one is that the subject of the statement and the subject of the question tag should be the same, and the second one is that the tense in which the statement is made should have the same tense as the question tag. Okay, so in today's session we have had a look at what question tags are, how to use it, and why do we use question tags. So just keep in mind, a question tag is a statement followed by a short question, and make sure that you do a lot of examples, because there are a lot of exceptions that comes for every question tag, and you should try out question tags with different subjects and question tags in different tenses to get a grasp of it. Thank you.